tighter up to that 4th position, and if the Scots win, it just kind of keeps them ensconced in 3rd place.
And speaking of playing good baseball, the Scots pitching has been outstanding. 4 wins in a row over Berkner and Irving Nimitz, where the Scots have allowed 1 run in 4 games.
The Scots have 8 district wins and 7 shutouts in those 8 games. First pitch from Israel Garcia, inside for a ball. Jake Pryor moved from the bottom to the top of the order today after his 3-hit night at Nimitz last night. So it'll be Pryor, True, and Stevens to get things started here. Garcia's next pitch swung on and missed.
Now the Cardinals come in playing some very good baseball as well, having won their last 3 in district. Wins over Lake Highlands, 1-0 in a pitcher's duel, and 2 wins sweeping the series over Irving, 7-4 and 3-0.
Ball in the air to right center. Lindsay over to make the catch. And there's 1 down. That'll bring up Jack True, Captain Jack True.
So both teams playing last night, both teams winning and pitching shutouts.
It's number 2, right fielder Jack True.
Now a little different type of ballpark than what we saw last night, Rob. A little more space compared to what we saw last night. This ballpark might even appear to be a little cavernous, especially out there in center field. I think I see 2 375 signs in right and left center.
Yeah, this is a doubles triples park. Last night, if you could get a triple, somebody had to fall down because the walls were just too close. But you can get a triple here. Much like McKinney Boyd, Jack True hit what I thought was going to be a triple. He turned it into an inside the park home run there on a field just like this.
Well, we saw one off the wall last night that was a single.
Yes, a line drive off the wall in right field that was just a single. And another ball in the corner in right that was a double that Judge Ellis hit. 3 balls and no strikes to True. Another interesting note from last night's game is that Coach Williams is related to last night's starting pitcher, Coronado. He's either the cousin or the uncle of last night's starting pitcher from Nimitz, and True draws a walk. So you were mentioning baseball pedigree, and baseball's in the family.
Baseball's in the family, and you and I were both very impressed with Mr. Coronado and his superlative 6-inning pitching effort last night on the part of the Nimitz Vikings.
Yeah, if he hadn't thrown so many pitches, he might have gotten that 7th inning. Parker Stevens steps in. Looks at one inside. I think he was 1 for 3 or 1 for 4 last night. I know he had a hit that first time up. And yep, 1 for 4.
Garcia shows a good move back to first base. He and Jack will play some cat and mouse.
Swing, and that ball's fouled back. I was told that the Cardinals threw their number 1 last night, so we'll get to see him on Tuesday. So Garcia gets the mound today.
Parker with a 1 for 4 effort last night, a single and a couple of flyouts and a ground out.
Pryor with a decent lead, not too good, not a very big secondary lead, not going. That ball's down in the dirt to Stevens. Crowd still finding their way in, still some seats. Bring an umbrella or some sunblock. You will be in the sun. 2-1 now to Stevens. Inside, nope, that's on the corner. Inside for a strike. Stevens backed out of the way. 2-2 now the count. Puts this one in the air. Don't think they're going to have a play. It's going to get into the bullpen over there. So Braden Williams graduated from high school in 2015 from Nimitz, where we were last night. He went to Texas Tech, and he was on the 2016 World Series team at Texas Tech. He then transferred to Navarro College, where today's starting pitcher for the Scots, Sam Webster, is going to pitch. And then he transferred to New Mexico State. And he also coached at Navarro before coming to MacArthur. There's a ball in the air, shallow left center field. That's going to find the spot in the triangle between the three players, and it'll fall down for a base hit. Not the hardest hit base hit, but a base hit nonetheless. So 2 on and 1 out. Here comes Carter Flashnick.
Yes, seeing eye bloop, as it were, right in the Bermuda's Triangle between short, center, and left.
William White will come over and run for Stevens, so Stevens can get the gear back on to play catcher.
And just like last night, Parker Stevens opens up his first at bat with a base hit for the Scouts.
So we haven't gone picks to click yet. I'm going to say the man in the on-deck circle, Hickman. He's going to be my pick. I don't want to. I think I've jinxed Carter and Parker by picking them too often. So I'm going to go AC Hickman. 2 on, 1 out, top of the first. Garcia's off the rubber, checking his runner, and now he's back on. First baseman inside the bag at first. Third baseman not necessarily charging a bunt. If they do bunt, which I kind of doubt they're going to do with the number 4 batter, they would want it to go towards third to make him come off the bag and field it. But I doubt they're going to take that bat out of Flash's hands. Had a big double down the left field line last night. But to no avail, did not come around to score. Ground ball to short, could be 2, to second for 1, relay to first, and that is going to be a double play turned by the Cardinals. 6-4 to 3, Bernal, Camarillo to Hernandez, and that's the end of the first inning. No runs, there was a hit and a walk, 2 men left, or I guess the double play takes one of those guys off, so 1 man left. And we'll go to the bottom half of the first inning. So I mentioned that the head coach is Braden Williams. His assistant, Andrew McClellan, graduated from MacArthur in 2011, played at DBU and Tarleton State. Also coached at DBU before he came here. And Donald Fennell played college baseball at the New Mexico Military Institute, a junior college. And Evan Baruder graduated from here in MacArthur in 2016. This is his first year teaching and his first year as a coach, and he spends a lot of time with the JV team.
MacArthur is very pleased to have perennial sponsor
Sam Webster, Webby, back out on the mound. He has had an excellent season.
He has been on the business end of a lot of outstanding efforts for the Scots.
Started the year by shutting out through his perform, not the complete game, but shutting out, actually I think it was a complete game, 2-hit shutout of the defending state champion South Lake Carroll Dragons. Has had a couple of 2-hit shutouts, and I think 3 shutouts overall. Got the win in the 10-0 game, only going 6 innings because of the run rule last week against Berkner. And
on a warm day like today, we might see his velocity creep up certainly into the high 80s, but maybe even tickle 90 perhaps.
Yes, we will. The warmer weather does that, especially you get into those middle innings after he's had a couple innings out on the mound and really pushed it out there. You get those third, fourth, fifth innings, that's where you should see his maximum velocity.
Nolan Bernal will lead off for the Cardinals. Nolan, the shortstop, is a second-team All-District shortstop. He's batting .296 with 1 home run, and if he does get on, he is definitely a threat to steal a base. 24 stolen bags on the year.
Definitely a threat. Webby starts him off with a strike. So it'll be Bernal, Rodriguez, Hernandez, the first 3 in the order. Swing and a tap or foul towards the dugout. Wake up over there. I think that's Matt Wallace sitting next to Bobby Leidner, and he did not. He had his head down in the book. He's charting pitches, I guess. Webster misses down low with that fastball. As I mentioned earlier, 8 district wins and 7 shutouts for the Scots. They've got the pitching, and Webster takes something off of that one, and Bernal swings through it, and there's one down. That'll bring up the center fielder, Rodriguez. T-Rod, I think they call him.
This number 1 center fielder, Tristan T-Rod Rodriguez.
Another returning starter for these Cardinals.
And he's got that flow, like you mentioned on the first baseman last night.
Yeah, some excellent flow coming out of his batting helmet. Blowing in the wind, as it were.
Webster misses with that one. I want to thank the Cardinals staff for allowing us in the press box tonight, or this afternoon. We appreciate it. Chance to spread out, read our notes, pay attention to the game without having to try to dig through things while the wind's blowing them around. Always a pleasure. 2 balls and no strikes now. Webster kicks and delivers. Going to miss way outside with that one.
Just a bit outside. Great.
Thank you, Bob Euchre
would say. Still calling games for the Milwaukee Brewers.
And that's a 4-pitch walk to Rodriguez. Brings up the first baseman, Hernandez.
And Rodriguez is no stranger to scoring runs, has scored 19 runs on the year. So
number 12, first baseman, Tony Big
would expect the Cardinals to have a plan to get their center fielder into scoring position fairly soon as he takes a lead onto the carpet.
Good lead. Webster doesn't throw over their ball in the dirt. Stevens has to dig it out, bounced up in front of him, and he just stepped into the throw, delivers a strike. Nice job from Stevens to nail the speedy Rodriguez.
That ball popped right up into Parker's glove, and then I couldn't go out there and walk and hand deliver the ball in a better location than where he put that.
On the second base, or on the first base side of second base.
Right in the strike zone. You could throw 50 balls and not throw a better strike to second base than what Parker Stevens just threw.
Ball bounced up off its chest. He just kind of grabbed it as he was stepping into his throw, wasted no time. There's a strike on the outside corner. 1-2 now to Hernandez. 325 down the lines, 375 to the edges of the batter's eye. Probably 390 to straightaway center. And lots of foul ball territory. Lots of foul ball territory. The 2-2 swung on and tipped foul. When I played in the men's senior league, we played at MacArthur High School, but the field was oriented differently. Home plate used to be down here where the right field foul pole is. And one of the gentlemen here in the press box told me when they redid the field, they moved home plate up here because they were tired of hitting balls on top of cars. There's a pop-up. I just mentioned a lot of foul ball territory, but Hickman does not have enough room to get that one.
That's a good-looking ballpark, and yet another in the series of ballparks where everything is turf. No dirt on this ballpark at all, and of course no grass. And the dimensions, we mentioned 375 down the left and right center marks, 325 down both lines, so it's a little bit of an 80s ballpark in that it's kind of perfectly symmetrical.
Yeah. This is up high, full count now.
Raised wall in center field just to make that as if it's not hard enough to hit a home run to dead center field. Make it a little harder.
The 3-2 taken 2 walks now in the inning by Webster after the leadoff strikeout. Cazares, the designated hitter, will step in now. Tony Cazares.
It's number 17, designated hitter, Tony the Tiger Cazares.
Tony the Tiger. And he's a pretty big fella, 6'2", 240.
Yeah, he looks like if he gets good wood on it, it's getting out of here in a hurry.
Speaking of in a hurry, he hit that ball hard down the third baseline. Let's see if Chan can get it in. There's going to be a play. Schneider's throw home to Stevens, blocking the line, making the tag. And Hernandez is out trying to come all the way around. And they greet each other and shake hands. No harm, no foul. Everybody's cool. It will be a double for Cazares, and Hernandez is out on a perfect relay from Matty Chan to Charlie Schneider to Parker Stevens. And we've got some excitement in the first inning, just no runs. We're scoreless. Each team has a hit. Each team left a man on base, and we go to the second inning.
Yeah, that's about as exciting as it gets when you can see a play at the plate developing like that. Really great play by Matty Chan to scoop that up in a hurry and throw a strike to his cutoff man Schneider, and then Schneider throws a bullet right to Parker Stevens. And one of the toughest things to do in this game, Rob, is to stare down the gun barrel as a catcher and know that a collision is coming and put your full concentration into catching the ball first. Very easy to get your eyes on the imminent collision, and what an outstanding job by Stevens, who blocked the plate, caught the ball, applied the tag. That was exquisitely done by the Scots.
He came up the line to go ahead and get the tag and actually tagged him just outside the batter's box. And a little bit of a collision. They both kind of sprawled on their knees at the plate, but
he took kind of a flailing arm in the face as he made that tag, but none the worse for wear. If you're not a tough kid, you need not apply to play catcher.
Yeah,
and Parker Stevens is all of that and then some.
Yep, staring it down as the guy's running at him from the same angle. So that's good job by Parker. Now, to the second inning, Garcia back out on the mound. He was the beneficiary of the double play to end last inning. Also gave up a hit and a walk. Hickman's first pitch swinging ground ball to Camarillo, and he throws him out. One down. That'll bring up Matty Chan, who ran into the corner and started the relay to Schneider to Stevens to end the bottom of the first inning.
Matty had 2 at-bats last night. He struck out and walked. Also had a couple of guys hit in his spot as well.
Scots are blessed with pitching and outfielders. And earlier this year, Chan and True were also playing second and short. Well hit ball to right center. That's going to be over the outfielder's head. It's going to bounce up against the wall. Chan with a double. He'll stop there as the throw comes in from the outfield. Last night that was gone at Nimitz, but that's just going to be a double here today. Nice stroke from Matty. And that'll bring up Charlie Schneider, the shortstop.
Yeah, he absolutely ripped the cover off of that ball and probably not getting the respect that he deserved out of right fielder Parker Lindsay. He was playing him fairly shallow and then had to get on his horse to go retrieve that from the wall. And the Scots are in business here in the second.
Here's Schneider. He broke up the shutout last night with an 8th inning sacrifice fly. Swings through that one. It was a curveball up in the eyes and broke away from where the bat swung. Good start from Garcia. Chan, not too much of a lead. Second base is kind of cheating that way, holding him close. There's a ball in the air. That should stay in play. First baseman Hernandez over, and Tony the Tiger makes the catch. That'll be 2 outs. And that brings up Jack Wall, playing center field today.
Batting out for the Scots, number 5, center fielder Jack Wall.
Breaking ball for a strike. 2 batters in a row. We started off with a breaking ball for a strike. Oh, check swing, but he went. And that's going to be a ball and a strike. That was way up out of the zone. He saw the pitch he wanted. He just didn't get it in the right place. Couldn't stop his swing. Now 0-2 with 2 outs. Beautiful sunshiny day here in Irving. Great day for baseball. Line drive towards the shortstop, and Bernal catches it before it hits the ground, and that'll be a line out to end the inning. Hit hard, solidly, but right at the shortstop, and we have completed an inning and a half. Still scoreless. So last night, both, well, not both, I guess. Pierce had the week off from district play. They're 9-1. The Rangers won to even their record to even the Mustangs record, also 9-1. There's some big wins in this district. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 teams with 15 wins, and the Scots have 14 wins.
That's right.
And
that, of course, at the top of the district, all 3 teams, Pierce, Jesuit, and Highland Park, only separated by 1 loss in the loss column. So anybody's district at this point, and MacArthur is going to have a big hand in their playoff future here as they sit at 5th with a 5-5 record and have the opportunity to get into that coveted top 4 that will get a chance to play postseason baseball.
4 of the 9 teams in the district will make the playoffs. Camarillo, the second baseman,
life is better, food tastes better. You know, everything is just a little nicer in the playoffs.
First pitch from Webster to Camarillo is a strike. Sam had an uneven first inning. The first batter struck out, then he walked the next two, benefited by a caught stealing, and then gave up a double and benefited from the throw out at home. So he's only really retired one batter, but he's gotten one inning pitched thus far. Misses up high with that 0-2 pitch. Misses up with a breaking ball on that one. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And missed somewhere with that one. It's a full count now.
Sam uncharacteristically starting this game with 2 walks in the first inning. Certainly wants to throw a strike here.
There's a breaking ball that stays up high. That's his 3rd walk. They'll bring up Cruz, the left fielder.
We can get a sense if the 70% rule will hold. 70% of the time you walk the leadoff batter, he scores.
Good lead from first. Shown bunt, but he pulls it back. Stevens feints a throw to first, which causes Camarillo to dive back in.
After seeing Stevens throw that bullet to second base, I'd dive too. I nearly dove right up here in the press box.
And another token toss over to first, just to keep him close. Another bunt shown, delivered right out in front of first. Stevens thought about going to second, but just takes the out at first. Sacrifice bunt for Cruz, and that'll bring up the catcher Torres.
Yeah, good execution on that by Cruz. Really nothing Parker could do other than capture the shore out at first base.
That ball was in the ring. You see the big ring around home plate where dirt would be if there was dirt here, and the ball did not even exit that.
That's how you know. That's how you know you gave with your top hand and you really deadened the ball.
He made the force go down, not outward. Ground ball to third. Pryor goes off his elbow. Schneider now has the runner Camarillo caught between second and third. Lachkowski runs him down to Pryor. They get that out. Back over to first, and a double play as they catch the runner Torres in no man's land after they make the tag at third. So that's going to be a 5-6 to 5-3 double play if I got all that right. I'm not sure.
There's a lot of 5s and 6s in there, but the ball went off of Schneider.
Pryor.
Off of Pryor, and then Schneider handled it, and then over to Lachkowski, who...
Oh, I left out 4.
Yeah, you got to get the 4 in there, because Lachkowski then realized he had Camarillo in a rundown, and he goes to 5, who makes the tag, and then sees that he's got a double play because he's got Torres caught off of first. So if we had to sum that up, it would be a 5-6-4-5-3. Am I saying that correctly?
I hope so.
5, 6.
I left out the Lachkowski part, which he brought back in there, yes. So we think, for all you official scorers at home, our books are unofficial. Give everybody in the infield some sort of something, either an assist or a put out or both. The whole infield got to touch that ball, and they got 2 outs. So we go now to the top of the third. Bryce Lachkowski will lead things off. Normally the leadoff hitter, but Pryor had the 3 hits last night, and Latch wore the collar, so they'll flip-flop spots. Everybody else on the lineup pretty true to where they've been.
We've seen some unconventional ways to end innings today for the Scots defensively.
Yeah, they're toying with terror, though. Can't rely on a double play every inning.
Well, but the larger point that sometimes balls are going to get hit hard against you, but great defense solves a myriad of problems. And the Scots spot on not only with their throws, but also with their base protection responsibilities.
And their awareness of where the runners are.
Exactly. Great eye discipline, as we would say in football. Eye discipline, a huge part of success athletically.
So Lachkowski, the only sophomore on the club, playing second base, steps into the box. Pryor on deck. And Israel Garcia back out on the mound. Isaac, not Israel. As soon as I said that, I was starting to look up and down the.
Yes, Isaac Garcia.
Yes.
Who pitches from the stretch, even when there are no runners on. Very fluid motion from Garcia, who is a hard thrower.
5'10", 185. Just a junior.
In addition to pitching, Isaac also plays center field, has 11 RBI on the year.
And that's fouled into the parking lot over by the buses. 0-2. Ball in the air, shallow right center field. Lindsey's coming over, calls off the second baseman, makes the catch. And that's 1 down.
Lindsey was playing shallow and right as it is, so was in a really good position there to take a few steps to his right and gobble that up.
Number 11, Jake Pryor.
And Jake Pryor also flied to Lindsey his first time up. He steps in. You know, last night we were at Irving Nimitz, but there was a lot going on campus at Highland Park, as Highlander Stadium was the host of the SMU spring football game. Pryor swings through that one.
Love to hear that.
Yeah, that's great. It's great for SMU to have a big enough stadium where they feel like they just go down the street and do that, and great for Highland Park to be able to host that.
And you mentioned the genesis of that was renovations in the SMU end zone.
That is a fair ball, and it gets thrown away. Pryor stumbles after achieving first base. Went down awkwardly. Coach Bobby Leitner was going to talk to him. It almost looked like his leg just gave away. but he's going to stay out there and run.
Number 2 now, the plate, Jack True.
Official score says throwing error, so we'll say E2. It's Pryor on base. Line drive to left field off the bat of True. And it is down for a hit. And we've got 2 on with 1 out.
Yes, slapping that ball to left field and with spin taking that toward the foul line. A really nice play by left fielder Adrian Cruz to just get a glove on that. That could have easily gotten out of hand and rolled to the fence and scored a run for the Scouts.
So that'll bring up Parker Stevens, who found the Bermuda Triangle in the left center field for a single his first time up. Just dropped the pop-up into the right spot between 3 players who couldn't get there. Tries the same spot this time, but he got a little more underneath it, and that allows the left fielder Cruz to come in and make the play easily this time. And that'll bring up Carter Flashnick, who hit into a double play his first time.
Now batting number 7, Carter Flashnick.
So each team has turned a double play. There's also been a throw out at the plate. Seen a lot of activity for a game that's scoreless in the third. Off-speed pitch misses down and away. There's an umbrella that I'm having umbrella envy over here. It looks like a baseball, and it's from Cooperstown. That pitch also misses away. I'm deep at umbrellas. I got a Game On umbrella, got 5 or 6. I think my daughter has one of them in her car. My wife is always asking where they are, but I know we have a bunch of them, but I don't have one like that. It's kind of cool. So 2 balls and no strikes to Flash, 2 on and 2 out. Breaking ball, inside corner. Last night, Carter got a called strike 3-on-1 that we swear went right through his belt loops inside, but got called for a strike.
Had a lot of delayed strike calls last night.
Apparently the bat flip turned any pitch into a strike last night. There's a fastball that's down, 3-1 now, so Carter's got a hitter's pitch coming.
And if there's one thing Isaac Garcia does not want to do is walk the bases loaded here. So Carter can probably expect something in the zone.
Gets it in the zone, but puts it up in the air on the infield. Hernandez comes over, makes the catch, moving towards home plate. And that will retire the side, and in the threat will go to the bottom of the third, still scoreless. This is very similar to last night.
Indeed. A lot of zeros on the scoreboard right now.
Well, the Scots get no runs.
We had an outstanding ball game last night, so I wouldn't complain if we had another game that was equally as exciting.
You know what's
Now,
going on next?
You and I were both talking before the broadcast that today in the major leagues they are celebrating the life's work of none other than Jackie Robinson, number 42,
Yep.
and ball players will be wearing his 42 on their jerseys as a show of respect for his body of work.
Now, did they do that before the movie came out where Pee Wee Reese says, maybe tomorrow we'll all wear 42 and they won't be able to tell us apart?
Maybe.
Or is it since that movie that it inspired 40?
I don't know, but it's great to see Jackie Robinson being honored as he is every year in the major leagues.
Yes, it is.
And the Scots wearing their alternate road uniforms, the navy blue, as opposed to the sort of Carolina blue. What are your thoughts on alternate uniforms in the big leagues? We saw the Red Sox yesterday wearing something out of a.
Leading off, being for the Cardinals.
It looked like the Bahama Islands. It did not. It didn't say Boston to me at all. I know the word Boston was written across the front of it, but some of them I like. First pitch from Webster is a strike to Lindsey, the right fielder. He's been busy in the outfield. So some of those uniforms I like. Some of them, I guess I'm just line drive right over the dugout.
Well, when we grew up, teams had their home uniform and their road uniform.
And the road uniform was either light blue in the National League or gray in the American League.
And that's pretty much it. And then, of course, you added sort of the Sunday uniform.
Fly ball to right. True coming in hard. Lachkowski going back. Lachkowski makes the catch in front of True. Yeah, the Braves had a Sunday red. The Dodgers, very seldom you see the Dodgers wear the dark blue shirt. I think they've actually phased that out. I don't even think they wear it anymore, but they used to wear that on occasion.
The Astros, when I was young at home, wore their sort of Technicolor, multicolored uniforms. Kind of the orange, red television test pattern. And then
bunt laid down. Nice bunt. They're going to let it roll, and it will go foul. Smart move by Pryor.
They were one of the first teams to have a Sunday-only uniform that was a little more conservative. It was white and black. It still had the test pattern, but much less obnoxious. It was a better-looking uniform, and now you see most teams wearing something different on Sundays, and then you have this fourth uniform. It's sort of all alternative stuff.
And there's a called strike 3 on the corner. Yeah, and tomorrow the fourth uniform for the Rangers is getting unveiled. Their City Connect jerseys. So we'll see what that entails.
The skeptic in me says it's just another marketing scheme to make money off of merchandise. In the soccer world, they call that your alternate kit.
Yes, it's a kit in soccer. First pitch to Bernal is a curveball on the outside corner for a strike. Bernal was the first strikeout victim. The second strikeout victim, Garcia, was the previous batter here. In between, Sam had some trouble but benefited with a double play, a rather unique double play, and a player being thrown out at home. So hopefully Sam's starting to settle in now, looking for his first 1-2-3 inning. Check swing. Umpire says he went. Umpire called it. He didn't need to ask it first. Yeah, we'll see what the Rangers City Connect jerseys look like. Because they're bringing in the City Connect, they're not allowed to have that third alternate, so they're not wearing red jerseys this year, but I did see last week they wore the red hats and the red undershirts. So red is still a part of the Rangers uniforms, just not a jersey color.
Yeah, they've been a little bit all over the place. They don't know if they're blue and white or red and white.
Heads up in the parking lot. Yeah, they're just living off the Texas flag for their team colors. I almost expect to see them in a khaki jersey at some point to represent more of the Texas Rangers, because that's who they're named after.
Yes.
breaking ball stays up high, and now a full count to Bernal. Like I said, Sam looking for his first 1-2-3 inning. Uncharacteristically has walked 3 batters already, one time through the lineup. Fastball right down the pipe, and that is strike 3. 3 strikeouts, twice it's been Bernal, and we'll go to the 4th inning in a scoreless ball game between the Scots and the Cardinals here at the Card Yard.
The Card Yard.
Or also, I heard them. What's the name of the ballpark? The Perch. Kind of, you know how the Cardinals on the St. Louis Cardinals, the Cardinals perch on the bat. So this is the Perch.
The Perch. I like both of those, the Card Yard and the Perch. Of course, last night we were at the Shipyard.
The Shipyard. And then they waited until the 7th inning to bring out the Foghorn. Of course, they didn't have a lot of batters on base. Didn't get much of an opportunity after the triple play in the 1st inning. That was fun to watch. 2 hits on the first 2 pitches, and Charlie Kincaid through 7 innings only gave up 4 hits and 3 walks. Like you pointed out, that's a whip of 1.0. I gave you credit. Not stealing that. And
well, you know, even I can do that math.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with single digits doing them in my head. Sometimes double digits, but you get into this multiply, divide, and some of these other formulas. And
it's not hard to count the runs in this game.
No.
A lot of goose eggs on the scoreboard.
A lot of goose eggs. Only 4 hits, 3 for the Scots, 1 thus far for the Cards. It was a blast down the left field line for a double. So A.C. Hickman was a ground out to second his first time up. He will lead things off here in the 4th. Garcia back out on the mound. Kicks and delivers, fly ball, medium deep right. And that's caught again by Lindsay for the out. That's probably up against the wall last night.
And I believe we're going to see Connor Cornell here hitting in Matty Chan's spot. So Chan, who strokes a double in his first at-bat, will get a brief rest, and Cornell will get the second at-bat in this, the 6th spot in the order.
And like I said, this team is blessed with pitchers and outfielders. They had True and Chan moving in and out of second base earlier this year. Lachkowski and Schneider trading spots at shortstop and second base, but they've settled into Schneider at short and Lachkowski at second. True has become more of an outfielder, and that just kind of and then with Adam Rourke being injured and not playing, center field has been in flux. Jack Wall today, Connor Cornell at the plate has played a lot of center field.
Let's go!
So 2 balls and no strikes to Cornell.
Let's go!
Somebody's a little upset with either the pace of play or the quality of play, and Cornell will step out. Garcia delivers, fouled back from Cornell. Center fielder's playing what I would consider to be a little bit shallow, as is the left fielder and the right fielder. What that does is makes the gaps bigger, and this is a pretty big ballpark. So I guess the wind must be blowing in, although I don't feel it coming in this way. Swung on and missed. That'll be strike 2. That evens the count now.
Cornell in his at-bat last night, flied to second base.
And expands the zone on a breaking ball and strikes out. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Charlie Schneider, with 2 outs. Popped out his first time up.
And I have that as the first strikeout of the evening or the afternoon for Isaac Garcia. Is that what you have?
That's what my book looks like, too. 2 outs, top of the 4th. Heads up. What, did that go between his leg? Where did that? How did it miss it?
That looked like it hit him.
Charlie's not big enough for that to hit him, I guess. It somehow missed him. And that one bounces in. 2 balls and no strikes.
Cut the scoreboard operator so off guard he didn't even register it as a ball until
He's catching up with us. He's catching up. Another one inside that somehow misses Charlie. 3-0. Garcia also has yet to have a 3-up, 3-down inning, looking for his first. And now he's 3-0 to Schneider. And that one does make contact with Charlie.
Ouch.
Trying to keep it inside. Got a little too far that time.
Charlie,
with 2 outs, the Scots have a base runner.
Charlie is a cool customer. We've seen this before, and we mentioned it last night on the air. He played ping pong with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball from Anthony Edwards of the Vikings, Nimitz Vikings, a week ago. That was a scary scene in Scotland Yard, and Charlie popped back up and was none the worse for wear.
Yeah. Takes a pretty good lead. Ground ball towards the hole, cut off by Adame, and he goes to second to get the out. So Wall hits into a fielder's choice, and that retires the side. We go to the bottom of the 4th, and a still scoreless ball game.
You get 1 base runner on no hits. Leave him on base. Still not pushing, runs across, which is good for the good guys. Let's go, Cars. Let's get them bats going.
So I spend a lot of time talking about the coaches on the other teams because I always want to make sure I acknowledge that we are playing other teams, and I don't want to just be the homer. We are Highland Park guys, and we want Highland Park to win. But I just want to say a little bit about Coach Yoder, who was born in Indiana but raised in Plano. Graduated from Plano in 1995, went to the University of Texas at Austin, and got his master's from Lamar. And he was the head varsity coach for 5 years at Adamson High School in Dallas before coming to Highland Park in 2007, which means this is his 17th year as a coach at Highland Park. He and his wife Christy have a son, Parker, and a daughter, True. And Christy is a dyslexia specialist at McKinney ISD. And we'll learn a little bit more about Coach Leidner here in between one of the next couple innings.
And to add to that, we have it on good authority, a fantastic geography teacher.
Yes. Fly ball down the right field line, and it will not stay fair. Had it been fair, True was all over it. Catches it on one hop. This is T-Rod Rodriguez, the center fielder.
We love seeing that. Coaches that not only impact kids on the field, but can impact them in the classroom. really, it's a special calling to be a teacher coach. So good for Coach Yoder.
Webster kicks and delivers. Fastball on the corner for a strike.
And his wife, who teaches dyslexic students how to read.
That's a special calling.
Special calling and such a worthwhile vocation.
That breaking ball misses well outside. I don't have a good ice line of sight on Sam's dad's radar gun. Don't know how hard he's throwing. Another fly ball. Let's see if True has room. He can't get there. Falls before he can get to it.
Healthy amount of foul territory out there.
Yes.
It's very much like one of my favorite ballparks, the Oakland Alameda Coliseum.
Yeah, you said you wanted to go out there and see a game
list.
before they
go to Las Vegas.
Yeah. And now I hear Utah is going to build a quote-unquote first-class baseball facility looking for an expansion team. But baseball's not even talking about expanding at this point.
Yeah, that's news to me.
So they do have 30 teams, which makes for uneven leagues. So there's always an interleague game.
To be fair, at times the A's play like an expansion team.
Another line drive towards right. True, after two attempts already that way, was right in line for it.
He was playing a deep first base out there. Very shallow by Jack True, who had that scouting report was perfect. He played that perfectly.
That'll bring up Hernandez.
Tony Big Papa Hernandez.
The Big Papa.
Big Papa is the Oklahoma Wesleyan commitment. The only current commitment on the squad. Got some juniors and sophomores, even a freshman on the squad. So
I'm a little partial to Big Papa. That is my name with my grandkids.
Oh, really?
Yes.
How many grandkids you got?
2.
Oh, just like me.
2. One is between 1 and 2, and the other is a few months.
Mine are just a little older than that. Ball in the air. Pryor took a funny exit off the bat. Definitely did not use the thick part of the bat to put that one in the air, and Pryor was equal to that task. And Webster has 2 quick outs, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Cazares.
It's Tony Cazares.
Cazares roped a blast. If he'd hit it in the air, it probably would have been foul and about 500 feet, but it went on the ground quickly past Pryor last time up.
And yeah, he authored one of the most exciting moments in this game as he laced the double down the left field line, and then we got to see the pickup by Chan and the beautiful 7-6-2 put out at home plate.
The perfect relay and the perfect throw home. And Stevens with all the gumption to stand in there and make the catch and the tag, and there's another ball into the gap. It's going to get cut off by I'm going to say Chan, but I don't know if Chan's still playing left. That is Jack Wall now in left, and Connor Cornell has moved to center, or is that
number 11, Victor Camarillo.
Well, it's Cornell in center.
I can tell you one thing: Tony Cazares is a hitter.
Yes,
he knows what he wants at the plate, and he gets good wood on the ball. Another fine piece of hitting by the Cardinals' designated hitter. Now with 2 outs, would you expect to see him attempt a steal here?
No, and there's a pop-up. Lachkowski went back, now he's coming in, and that's going to fall on the infield. The wind kind of brought it back, and it must have had some heavy backspin because Lachkowski broke back, True was coming in, but the ball never left the infield. That's going to be an awkward base hit in my unofficial book, and runners are at first and second now with 2 outs.
Yeah, you know the wind is tough when Bryce has a problem with the ball. He is so steady over there, and the wind is blowing in, and just could never really get a beat on that ball. So the Cardinals have something cooking here with 2 outs.
So Christian Kirby, a 6'3", 220-pound senior, will come in and run in place of Cazares. Cazares 6'2", 240. Kirby 6'3", 220. That's a couple of fellas I'm glad I'm not feeding. There's another ball over towards the buses. Cruz, the left fielder, steps in after having a beautiful sack bunt his first time up. It didn't even leave the pretend dirt circle at home plate. It's so hard to deaden the ball on these fake turfs, and Cruz will call time. Last night we saw almost the perfect push bunt, but Charlie Kincaid was able to get off the mound and get the ball and make the play to first. Surprised we don't see more of that. Webster checks on his runner. Swing and I think it was a foul tip at the plate. 0-2 now to Cruz. Webster kicks and delivers. That was the fastball, but it did not catch the plate. Sam, the Navarro College commit, which is where Coach Williams, one of the places he played and coached. Ground ball towards second. Lachkowski will snag that one and then step on the bag, and that will end the threat. So Webster hasn't been great, but he's been good enough to keep the Cardinals off the board. 2 hits allowed and a few walks. And we have completed 4 innings of play, and we are still scoreless. This is a lot like last night when we went 7 full scoreless innings before the Scots pushed across a couple of runs, benefited by an error. So this is another game where one little thing could turn into something big.
That's right. We've seen some real quality pitching over the last 2 ball games, and runs have been hard to come by.
And that shows you the depth of the district. If last night the team we were playing had a really good pitcher, and they're at the very bottom of the district. And this is a team that's currently in 5th place in the district, and they've got a pitcher throwing a shutout, and we've heard that he's not even their number 1. We'll see who the number 1 is on Tuesday when the Cardinals come to Scotland Yard.
Isaac Garcia has thrown a very good game so far, and as he warms up for the 5th, he will face, assuming Coach Yoder does not make any changes, he will face Latch, Jake Pryor, and Jack True for the Scouts.
And there's probably a defensive change because the coach is talking with the umpires and they're looking at their boards. Now the umpire is going to tell Coach Yoder what the change is, and we need to figure out what the change is. Still Garcia on the mound. That's the most important thing. He's 48 pitches deep as we go to the 5th inning.
Leading off the 5th for the Scots. Number 20, Bryce the top.
Did they tell y'all that the defensive change here? I saw the umpires talking to both coaches and looking at the line. So Bryce Lachkowski will lead off the top of the 5th. Takes one for a strike.
Garcia through 4 innings has thrown 48 pitches.
Oh, came off the mound funny on that one and missed way outside. Almost fell over towards first base as he completed that delivery, but he appears to be okay. Curveball stays up high. 2-1 is the count. Scoreboard says 2-2. And Lachkowski swings through one on the outside, and now it's 2-2. That one bounces in. Full count now to Latch to start things off here in the 5th. We need some going to catch back up to that 70% on the leadoff batter getting on base. See if Lachkowski can get on here. Full count pitch. Garcia delivers, and it's fouled back. We'll do it again. The 3-2. Garcia's slowed down the pace a little bit here. Fouled right back at us. I keep forgetting to bring my glove. I guess I don't really need it today.
That backstop netting probably renders the glove moot.
And it is a netting. It's not a fence like we used to have back when I was playing. It's a net. And there is ball 4. There's your leadoff walk.
All right.
And we were saying they need some going to pick up on that 70%. Moving back now to the top of the order, Jake Pryor has flied out and reached on an error.
That's
so he's officially 0 for 2.
First leadoff hitter for the Scots that has reached base tonight. In the second inning,
over to first.
In the second inning, Sam Webster walked the leadoff hitter, Victor Camarillo, but got out unscathed on your ordinary garden variety 5-6-4-5-3 double play.
There's a beautiful bunt laid down by Pryor. Garcia a little bit of trouble with the pickup, but delivers to first. And there's your sac bunt, putting the man in scoring position. One down, and Jack True, who has a walk and a single.
Number 2, Jack True.
One of the team captains, as well as the man who just laid down the sacrifice bunt, and the man on deck. So captain at the top of the batting order. True will now, he had a single almost right down the left field line that Cruz made a nice play going over to get and hold him to a single. That pitch goes behind True, and that will advance Lachkowski over to third. And with one out, the Scots are looking to break the ice on the scoreless tie. You see the infield sneaking in now. They want to cut the run down at the plate. They can tell it's a tight ball game, just like we can. Shortstop might be Bernal just a little deeper than everybody else. Ball fouled back over towards the softball field. There's no game going on over there. A ball and a strike, one out and one on for Jack.
And probably not a lot of guys the Scots would rather have at the plate right now than Jack True. He's such an outstanding contact hitter. And that's what you want, ball in play.
And there it is, a line drive to left center field. That's going to get over the center fielder. That's going to be a double. True's going to try for three. The throw comes into second, and True will have a triple. An RBI triple at that. So he basically just traded places with Bryce Lachkowski, and that triple drives in the first run of the game and puts him in scoring position for Parker Stevens.
Yeah, that was a lot better than just making contact, too. That was a well-hit ball, and we talked about this ballpark being cavernous. You mentioned that it was a doubles and triples park, and that has proven to come to fruition.
And that ball just kept tailing away from the center fielder, Rodriguez, chasing it down. He was going to his right, and it just kept going and going. Was over his head, a couple hops to the wall, and True didn't slow down. The throw came into second as he was already halfway to third.
A lot of space out here, and Jack, who runs well, took advantage of it.
Another line drive into center, backing up Rodriguez. He is able to make the catch, but True will easily score, and that's 2-0 Scots. So an out, but a productive out on the line drive. That T-Rod was able to go back and catch up over his head. And that'll bring up Carter Flashnick with 2 runs in and 2 outs. Nobody now on base. And Garcia awkwardly steps off and steps back onto the rubber. The first pitch is inside to Flash. Flash has been on base so many times, but not yet today. He gets hit by a lot of pitches. He takes a lot of walks, and sometimes they throw him something to swing at, and he gets an extra base hit. That one he let go, and it is a strike. There's a left-handed reliever warming up in the bullpen for the Cardinals. See if I can get his number. That's number 20, Anthony Morales. Ball and a strike to Flash. That's inside at his shoes. 2-1.
And Garcia at 65 pitches now. Just beginning to get to the point where you start noticing some small signs of fatigue.
A little warmer today than it has been. There's a well-struck ball to left center field.
That may be out.
And it is gone. A home run for Flashnick. His first of the season, but he's been toying with it all year.
Well, it's 325 down the line in left, 375 in left center, and that ball got out of here in a second.
I saw his mom out here earlier. I don't see his dad. His dad would really be upset if he missed that. But home run for Flashnick makes it 3-0, and here comes A.C. Hickman. He's got a ground out and a fly out in his 2 trips. Somebody needs to go over into the neighborhood over there and retrieve that ball for Carter.
Yeah, that ball was hit well over the fence.
A line drive.
On a frozen rope. I'm going to guesstimate that as probably between a 370 and 380 foot shot.
To left center field, left of the scoreboard. Line drive right back through the box, bounces over second base into center field. Hickman has a hit. And all of a sudden, the Scots got their hitting shoes on. They're a double shy of the cycle this inning.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a visit to the mound coming soon, even if a change isn't going to be made, just to try to settle down Isaac Garcia, and that is exactly what's happening.
That's Coach Braden Williams out there to talk with his starting pitcher. So the inning started with a walk to Bryce Lachkowski, a sacrifice bunt by Jake Pryor, a triple from Jack True to score a run, put him at third. Stevens followed with the sacrifice fly for the second out, so 2 outs, and they've both been productive outs. And then Flashnick with a line drive home run to left center field on that, and then Hickman now with a single, and that brings up Connor Cornell for his second at bat. Garcia still in the game, and Morales still in the bullpen. There's one up and behind Cornell. Drops his bat so he doesn't get the foul ball. Holds the bat up high over his head. The next pitch from Garcia will be his 70th. That's taken outside for a strike, 1-1. Ground ball towards third. Adame makes the play and throws it away. And that will score another run. Flying around the bases is A.C. Hickman. And into second base goes Connor Cornell. 4-0 now, Scots. Adame made the play, didn't set his feet and line his body up for the throw and threw it away at first. That's going to be an E5, allowing Cornell to get all the way to second and the fourth run to score. And here's Charlie Schneider. Pitchers hate that. They make the pitch they need to get the ground ball in the infield, and then the play's not made. Now he's going to have to throw some extra pitches. He's at 72 here now in the 5th inning. Big hole on the right side. Schneider, almost as if he was going that way, fouls off the curveball.
Schneider flied to first and then was hit by a pitch in the 4th.
2 balls missed inside that don't know how they missed, but the third one got him. I do see Ryan Flashnick, so I'm sure he was able to see his son's home run. Misses down. Morales is no longer in the bullpen, so he's ready at a moment's notice if need be. Nice to see the Scots bats wake up after so many zeros last night and today. There's a pop foul going into the parking lot towards the buses. Got a single, a triple, and a home run in this inning. Need the double for the cycle.
Charlie, you got this.
Long look at second, and now he delivers, and there's another well-hit ball, and that is going to hit the wall, and Schneider will cruise into second with an RBI double, completing the cycle for the Scots in the inning and bringing up the 9th batter. 5 runs on the board now, and that will be all for Mr. Garcia, as here comes Coach Williams again. Well struck ball from Charlie. And RBIs in 2 straight games for the shortstop of the Scots. Jack Wall will be the batter when we resume. And Anthony Morales, a 5'8", 160-pound junior left-hander, will come in for the Cardinals.
Snyder really turned on that, got the pitch he wanted, and hit a topspin forehand right off the base of the wall in left field. For a second, I thought it definitely had the appearance of a ball that was going to go out of the ballpark, but he had put so much topspin on the ball that it wound up dipping and just hit the base of the wall. And the Scouts have probably strung together a consecutive run of really hard-hit balls that we haven't seen for a while.
Yeah, nice to see their bats wake up and start producing some runs. There was a long streak of zeros last night. They finally pushed across 2 with the help of an error last night. Today, no errors. Well, I guess there was the one error that has extended the inning, but they had already put 3 on the board by the time that error was made.
Well, Novak Djokovic could not be more proud of a topspin forehand than that one. That was good stuff from the Scouts shortstop.
So Jack Wall now will be the 9th batter of the inning. Hit into a fielder's choice last inning and lined out to shortstop in his 2 previous at-bats. He'll be the first to face Morales. We'll see what Anthony Morales brings from the left side here. That had a slider look to it, and this is down and in.
Do it again. Here we go, Jack.
Marcus Allen's supposed to be there.
5 runs across in the inning, and still a runner on second with 2 outs. And there's another well-struck ball. That's going to be over the left fielder's head, and that will bounce up against the wall. That's going to be an RBI double for Jack Wall. Back-to-back RBI doubles. And we have batted around 6-0 now, Scots. And that brings up Bryce Lachkowski, who started this whole inning off with a walk.
Holding up the 70% rule. And I got to tell you, Adrian Cruz out there is getting a workout in left field.
Line drive right at Bernal, and he snags it just off the top of the grass. And that'll end the inning. But the Scots push across 6 in the inning. They hit for the cycle, single, 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run. And there was the leadoff walk. 6 runs come across. Lachkowski with the big home run. A sacrifice fly from Stevens, and then back-to-back RBI doubles from Schneider and Wall. Big hits that inning. Really big hits.
And that closes the book on Isaac Garcia. who had pitched 4 scoreless innings before he got to the 5th. He
had a really good game working.
Finishes at 4 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 7 hits, 2 walks, but 6 runs, all in the 5th inning. And
Big,
you're right,
hits.
it all started with a walk.
It all started with a walk. So, Sam Webster coming back out has not had necessarily a Sam Webster type day. He's given up only 3 hits, but he's also walked 3 and only struck out 3. So the batters will be Torres, Lindsay, and somebody batting in Garcia's spot.
Tickets are free, but you need to get them in advance at Ticketmaster.com.
Coach Williams taking his time getting across the diamond to the third base box, excuse me. Webster starts him off with a breaking ball, and Torres swings through it and almost came out from under his helmet. He really liked that one. Expect to see it again this at bat. That one misses outside, ball on a strike. There's the strike. 0-2. Webster's looking for the shutdown inning after the big inning. A ball and 2 strikes, says the umpire. It's almost like he heard me. And just a bit outside.
Parker doing everything he can to frame that, hold it there for further inspection, but nothing doing. 2-2.
That's a foul ball off his ear hole. Bounced down around the plate, right back up at him. Still 2-2. Webster kicks and delivers. Just barely tapped foul. Holding the count at 2-2.
Sam sitting here as we are into the 5th inning, sitting at 63 pitches.
That one misses up high, another full count. Same teams Tuesday at Scotland Yard. There's ball 4 up high. Very uncharacteristic 4 walks given up today by Webster.
Now for the Cardinals is number 6, Parker Lindsay.
So Lindsay, the right fielder, will step in. Popped out to second. His first time up. Flies this one out towards right center. Cornell comes over and makes the catch. And that's 1 down. And that will bring up Garcia, batting in this spot even though he's been taken off the mound.
Nice piece of communication there between center fielder Connor Cornell and right fielder Jack True. As you could see, both guys had a beat on that ball, and Cornell called him off. Typically, when the center fielder makes the call, he is given deference to.
And Webster starts Garcia off with a breaking ball for a strike. blows a fastball by Garcia on that one. Maybe up into the zone. Couldn't handle the high fastball. So 0-2 to Garcia. Not much of a lead. That misses up high. That's Jonathan Legarreta, a junior outfielder running at first base. Ball in the air, shallow left field. Looks like Schneider's going to back up and handle this one. He does. Catching it in front of Jack Wall, 2 down. So the leadoff walk at this point has not come back to hurt Webster.
He's gotten a couple of fly outs.
But now he's back at the top of the order, and Nolan Bernal, who has struck out swinging and looking in his 2 trips. 2 of only 3 strikeouts thus far for Sam. Or Mac. Sam. I'm getting my Sam and my Max mixed up. Sam Webster. Those 3-letter names, I guess. Run around in my old man head. That one misses down low. 2-0. So the top of the inning, the Scots bunch 5 hits into the inning. There's a strike, or at least it looked like there's a balk. What are they saying here?
They're going to make the balk call. Coach Yoder is going to come out, and looks like he's going to just have a conversation with his guys and
not worry about the balk call.
Not worry at all about the balk call.
Let me tell you a little bit about Coach Bobby Leidner, who is also the defensive coordinator for the football team. He's in his 14th year at Highland Park, 20th overall in coaching and teaching. On the baseball team, he works with the pitchers and catchers, and of course, he's a defensive coordinator for the football team, and he teaches anatomy and physiology at the high school, and he was the 2020 Teacher of the Year. And he's from Texas A&M University with a degree in kinesiology and a master's from Lamar, which is also where
Lamar,
Coach Yoder got his master's.
Lamar, of course, located in that orange triangle area.
Yep, also the Cardinals, not to be confused with today's Cardinals.
Beautiful Beaumont, Texas.
And there is another walk from Webster. And Coach Leidner is from Mission. He lettered in both football and baseball at Mission High School, and he's married to his wife Melissa, who is a 5th grade teacher at McCulloch Intermediate School. And they have 2 sons, Will and Jack. And now T-Rod, the center fielder, will come up with 2 out and 2 on. A pair of walks this inning from Webster. Odd for him to have more walks than strikeouts. 5-3 in favor of the walks today. Only 3 hits allowed. Been in and out of trouble. Benefited from some good defense. And there's a look at second. Last night the Scots turned a triple play. Wasn't that fun?
Triple play last night. We saw a very unorthodox double play today. We saw a great play at the plate.
That one goes over T-Rod's head. Somebody told him to wear it. He doesn't want that bruise.
Yeah, that's easy to say from the stands.
Yeah. The 1-0. breaking ball. There's the strike. The worst thing to do to a batter in the box is coach him, and he's getting some coaching from the stands right now. What do they say in Bull Durham? Get out of my head, meat. Pitch goes way outside.
Years of coaching have taught me the tremendous value of the uncluttered mind. There's something in a baseball sense. There's really something to be said for see ball, hit ball.
Yeah, there's a strike on the outside corner. And baseball is more reaction. I mean, it's you've got to react to what the pitcher throws to hit it. You've got to react to where the ball's hit to field it.
That's right.
So
when you are on the reaction side of sports, whether it's hitting a baseball or in my craft, coaching football, the
ball
defense.
Towards short. Schneider will take the short play. A very tight play at second. Schneider to Latchkowski for the fourth play, the fielder's choice, and that will retire the side. And we have completed 5 innings. The Scots put up the big 6 last inning by virtue of 5 hits, 4 for extra bases. And Morales is coming back out to pitch again. Really nice day today. Heard there's a 20% chance of a little bit of a storm later tonight. But it's not here yet, so let's just keep playing baseball in the sunshine.
Well, we are slowly creeping towards summer in terms of this weather.
Probably in the low 80s by now. I think even though I've had some bouts with skin cancer and I'm supposed to stay out of the sun, I still think my wheelhouse is 85 to 95. I just really love the heat. I'm weird like that. My wife will tell you that I'm weird like that. My kids will tell you I'm weird like that. None of my kids got the loving the heat thing that I have, but they're all like that air conditioner, and I'm an open air guy. Drive my truck around with the windows down more often than I have the air conditioner, but if my wife or my kids are with me, the air conditioner's on.
We've got a high today of 79 degrees, at least according to my weather app. Will be 76 tomorrow and sunny as well. A beautiful weekend.
Great weather.
And then Monday, Rob will touch the 80s.
As a pop-up from Pryor, and nobody can get there. Hernandez, Torres, Morales didn't even come off the mound for it. He's not supposed to. But nobody got to that, and Jake has new life in the batter's box. Scott's batted around last inning to finish all the goose eggs for their score line. 6 runs, 8 hits. Morales kicks and delivers to Hopper to short. Bernal, he's pretty steady over there. Makes the play to first. That's 1 down. That'll bring up Jack True. He hit the line drive over the center fielder into left center field for the RBI triple that broke the scoreless string. And then came around to score on a sacrifice fly from Parker Stevens. Takes one up high, left on left. Doesn't really phase Jack this year. Hits the ball up the middle a lot. And short and second are playing more traditional short and second positions, leaving Jack a wide open middle infield. Takes one up high.
And he personifies what it is to be swinging a hot bat. A walk, a single, and a triple with an RBI.
Had at least one hit last night. Takes a strike there, 3-1 now. Stevens on deck, and then Flashnick if we get that far. Ground ball towards the middle, but the second baseman, Camarillo, will come over and make the catch, and the throw to first. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Stevens. Parker has a single, a fly out, and the RBI sacrifice fly. Morales finds the outside corner for a strike. So it just mirrors the pace of the game slowed down a little bit.
This inning has gone by fairly quickly, but you are correct. We have not seen the kind of pacing that we saw for a lot of the game last night.
That one misses down low. 2 balls and a strike now to Parker.
Wonder if we'll see Caden Liner at any point tonight. He certainly has a way of jacking up the speed of the game.
Yeah. Pitched the last inning last night, got the save, and he was so far ahead of the batters ready to pitch before they even got in the box.
And he gets that ball from the catcher, and he's like a trampoline. He just to put it right back.
It goes out of play.
Right back to home plate.
Caden's just a junior. He'll be part of what has to be a fantastic pitching staff for next year, because Charlie Kincaid, who got the win last night with 7 shutout innings, he's just a junior. Max Stammel's just a junior. There's a looper into center, and Rodriguez will make the catch. Playing very shallow. He was there to take a hit away from Parker, and that will retire the side. So here we go to the bottom of the 6th. Webster had a shutdown inning last inning, even though he did walk a pair. But he shut them down, shut them out for the 5th consecutive inning. Pretty uncharacteristic of the way he's been pitching this year to have 5 walks and only 3 strikeouts. Only 3 hits allowed.
Well,
and as I say that, Eamon Hoover is going to come out and pitch. So Webster's day is done. Eamon Hoover is going to come out and ply his craft. Eamon is fun to watch on that. When they do the infield and he's at second base, he just has way too much arm for second base. And when you see him pitch, he's got such fluid movement. Yes, Eamon Hoover, pitcher. He's got such fluid movement that his fastball has... It's a very good fastball, but it doesn't look like he's throwing it hard at all.
He has come in a number of times this season in critical reliever roles for the Scots. That closes the book on Sam Webster today. 5 innings, I have him unofficially for 5 innings pitched. He allowed 3 hits, no runs, 5 walks, and 3 strikeouts on the day. Another fine effort from the Scots senior.
Hoover also a senior.
And that's Caden Liner out there getting some extra work at catcher.
Only until Parker got his gear on. And did you see the throw? He just put it at second base. Did you see that?
Just a dart right to the corner of the bag.
Right in the glove on the corner of the bag. Just a warm-up toss.
Can you imagine going back to Caden Liner temporarily filling in for Parker while he gets his equipment on? Could you imagine Caden Liner pitching to Caden Liner? How fast would that game go?
That would be a fast game.
Talk about playing catch with your catcher. It would resemble a tennis match in some ways.
So Hernandez, the Oklahoma Wesleyan commit, will lead off. He's got a walk and a pop out in his 2 trips. Says 6 foot 215, which was what Babe Ruth was listed as, but he looks a little bigger than that to me. Of course, those numbers on Babe Ruth were probably a little earlier in his career.
He had a pretty good career.
Yes, he did. According to today's media, they don't seem to remember what Babe Ruth was.
Wow.
They're all enamored with Shohei Ohtani. But Ruth won a batting title and an ERA title, and he won 20 games twice before he started hitting home runs. And twice when he led the league in home runs, he was still a starting pitcher. That's when he was still with the Red Sox. Then they traded him to the Yankees. He only pitched 5 more games in his career. Ground ball towards short. Schneider gobbles that up. Gets the throw across to Hickman.
And some of those ballparks back then, weren't they absolutely cavernous, some of those places?
Yeah, the Polo Grounds were short down the sidelines, but 480 to center, and it was Tiger Stadium was really deep to the outfield. Cleveland was deep to center in the outfield and in the alleys. So, yeah, and Babe Ruth, when he retired, was in the top 20 in career triples. He's still in the top 100, by the way.
He doesn't look like the kind of guy that's going to leg out a lot of triples on foot speed. It just shows you his talent with the bat.
And one year he hit .393 and walked over 100 times. That's a high on-base percentage. So. Hoover missed with the 0-2 pitch. Cazares has a double and a single. He's 2 for 2. 2 of the 3 hits that the Cardinals have this afternoon are off his bat.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, this is Adame batting. Instead of the designated hitter, it's the player he's been batting for, Adame. And he goes down swinging.
Indeed, you are correct.
First strikeout of the day for Eamon Hoover through 2 batters. That'll bring up Camarillo.
He's number 11, Victor Camarillo.
He's got a perfect day so far, a walk and a single. And a fly ball into center, and Connor Cornell is almost right on spot for that. comes over and makes the catch. That's a very quick and easy inning for Eamon Hoover in the 6th. We go to the 7th inning. The Scots living on that 6th spot that they put on the board in the 5th, 6-0. So you got your chicken legs in the smoker, and that's your Saturday tradition?
You know, that is a typical Saturday for us, either chicken drumsticks or chicken thighs. But we're going to pull a crazy Ivan this Saturday. I'm going to do salmon on the grill tonight for dinner.
On the cedar plank?
No, nope. Just going to do it on the gas grill.
Okay.
And my wife will do some vegetables with that. You know, maybe some zucchini, onions, throw some tomatoes in there. She'll handle that end. And
well, my wife went to Aldi. She has somehow gotten in love with Aldi, which we never went to Aldi for a long time, and in the last couple of years we go to Aldi all the time, it seems like. Still get some stuff at Kroger, but anyway.
What do you get there?
Well, it's a grocery store. It's just not as big as Kroger or Tom Thumb.
But there must be something particular that is attracting her to their selection.
The real attraction is the stuff that's not grocery items. They have this Aldi aisle that they put other stuff on. She went there and got some shoes.
Oh.
But, we get stuff for the grandkids there, and for her cats have more toys and more little cat houses inside the house that they don't need all this. But anyway,
how many cats do you have?
3.
Ooh.
Which is 3 too many.
Yeah, that's a lot of cat controversy.
Plus 2 dogs.
Do they get along?
2 of them get along really well. Flashnig looks at a strike. Hit a line drive over the tempo sign in left center field his last time up. Takes one up high. But my wife found a ham on sale. I guess it was a leftover from Easter ham, and decided we're going to smoke a ham today. So I got the smoker ready, and she was putting the ham on when I left the house.
Okay.
Little difference for us today. Not going to go as far as the last swing, just a shallow center field, and that is corralled for the out. That's Garcia in center field now. And he makes the catch. 1 down in the top of the 7th.
Into the box now is number 13, Judge Ellis.
Judge Ellis going to pinch hit for A.C. Hickman. Hickman had a single in the 6th-run 5th. Ellis had a big double last night down the right field line. Another 15 feet or so, and that was gone. Or if he hit it a little bit more towards the foul pole, it was certainly high enough to go over that higher fence. And he takes one for a strike, down and in. He's had a bunch of big hits coming off the bench this year. A couple of hits that drove in a pair. And last night's RBI single, or double. Strokes this one to center. It's going to get over Garcia. Garcia falls down. Let's see if Judge has got the legs for a triple. He's going to give it a shot.
He'll get there.
Garcia with a good arm, a good throw, but it's a triple for Judge Ellis.
Well, Garcia just did not have a feel for that ball at all. He took 5 steps in and did the that ball's going to be way over my head. And then as he turned and made what we would call a speed turn, or often is referred to as a center field turn for good reason, he fell down and that ball got all the way to the fence, and that's a long way out there.
Matty Chan returns to the lineup. He doubled his only at bat today. Connor Cornell struck out and reached on an error. A part of the 6-run fifth was that error. Chan stroked one really well his first time up into right center for a double. Now he's left on left. That ball bounces in. Good job by the catcher Torres. Keep it in front of him. Keep Ellis at third.
Yeah, it was great seeing Matty's first at-bat, seeing him just clobber that double to right. See if he can keep that going.
Sends it softly to left field. It is going to get caught. Here comes Ellis. Good strong throw from Cruz. The relay not going to get there. Missed by the catcher. Ellis scores. That makes it 7-0 now in favor of the Scots. So Chan only hit it about 200 feet, but it's going to be a sacrifice fly and an RBI. And that'll bring up Charlie Schneider.
Great night for Matty Chan. Double and a sacrifice fly ribby.
Schneider had one of the doubles hit back in the big fifth inning. He's also been hit by a pitch and popped out. He was the last batter that Garcia faced before Morales came in to face Jack Wall and Latchkowski. There's a screaming liner into the dugout, unsettling all the players sitting there watching the game. No harm, no foul. They throw the ball back out. I don't think they're going to get the ice bucket. So,
you know, you don't commonly see a ball hit right there at that angle.
Not from a right-hander.
Which is why you see so many players that are comfortable sitting there and doing the book, or coaches calling the pitches, or, you know, I guess the Scouts wouldn't be calling the pitches in this situation, but you certainly in their home dugout, their home setting, they would be. So you don't typically see a ball hit like that, but they do happen.
Well, with 2 outs, James Cooley has moved into the on-deck circle. Good to see him finally getting a chance here. But he won't get to finish that chance as this fly ball is going to get caught in center field. So Cooley drops his head and heads back to the dugout.
Bad luck for that young man.
Hasn't been able to play a lot this year, but obviously feeling better. Here we go now to the bottom of the 7th inning.
I think we'll see
last gasp for the Cardinals.
We'll see some defensive substitutions for the Scots. As you can see, Coach Yoder going over some things with the home plate umpire.
Eamon Hoover will return to the mound. Only 10 pitches last inning, 1 strikeout to complete his 3-up, 3-down relief. Trying to finish off yet another shutout for Scots pitching. 8 district wins. They've got 7 shutouts. They had 2 or 3 other shutouts in the games prior to district. Started the season with a 10-0 shutout win over Saxe, and then followed that up with a 3-1 win over the defending state champion South Lake Carroll Dragons, their first game since their state championship. One of Jack Webster's favorite moments, I'm sure. That complete game win. So see, Miller Ferris is in center. True still in left. Wall still, or True still in right, Wall still in left. I don't see any changes on the infield. So,
well,
it looks
we've
like
seen Connor Cornell in center recently, so Ferris insertion into the game would be a change, would it not?
That is a change. That must have been what Coach Yoder was talking about, putting number 19 in center field. Hoover's first pitch is the ball down. As he tries to finish this off, he'll have Cruz, Torres, and Lindsay, the 6, 7, 8 batters to deal with. 2-0 now to Cruz. There's a foul ball towards the dugout, or over the dugout towards the buses. That stays up high. 3 balls and a strike now.
Let's go, right at him.
And there's a leadoff walk. 70% of the time, it works every time. So
That's right.
here comes Torres. He hit into that weird double play and walked.
So after the walk by Cruz, stepping into the box now is Jonathan Torres.
Decent lead at first. Hoover kicks and delivers and misses. 5 of 6 pitches this inning have missed. There's a strike and a throw back down to first. Cruz is back with ease. Yes, he did. There's a rope into right center field. Ferris comes on, can't make the play. It gets past him. True will go behind him to pick it up, and that's going to be a double. So the Cards got something cooking. The stove is hot. Runners on second and third and nobody out. Ferris just couldn't get in fast enough.
Yeah, you love the
to get
effort.
the glove underneath it. Yeah, I love the effort.
Love the effort. That ball was tailing away from him. A little bit of back and side spin on it, and then sold out on the carpet. But unfortunately, when you do that and it gets underneath your glove, it's going to roll it substantial ways, especially in this ballpark. And so Cardinals have their best scoring opportunity with runners at second and third and nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Legarreta is the runner, and they're going to, beautiful push bunt, and he's going to beat that out for an infield hit. That was Lindsay, the right fielder. We saw an attempt at that push bunt last night, but Kincaid was able to come off the mound. But that is the type of bunt that is designed for this carpet. So you
That's right.
go past the pitcher hard on the ground, and it turns into an RBI single for Lindsay.
Well, and to make matters worse for the Scots, you have A.C. Hickman at first base coming in to potentially field the bunt when he sees the batter square around to show bunt, and you have the second baseman Lachkowski then coming over to cover first base. So you have a huge hole right where he put that ball.
And it was well done. There's a tapper back to the mound. Hoover does himself a disservice by slowing it down, and they don't get any outs on what could have potentially been a double play. And that's going to be another infield single and an RBI for Garcia. And 2 runs in, nobody out, and 2 on. Here comes Coach Yoder to talk with his whole infield and pitcher Eamon Hoover.
And I think if you're Eamon and the Scots, no need to panic here. You've got a substantial working margin, and really only 1 ball has been hit hard all inning. So the runners at first and second really don't matter. You just focus on making your pitches and getting outs.
Got still a 5-run cushion, so the tying run isn't even in the on-deck circle. So no reason to panic. Just work on trying to get your outs. Here's Hoover. Hickman's in looking possibly for a bunt. That ball's down in the dirt. Good block from Stevens. Keep it in front. Keep the runners at first and second. Infield fly rule and double play in effect.
And I hear organ music for the first time tonight.
There's a strike from Hoover. Hoover and Jake Pryor are going to be roommates at the University of Mississippi next year. There is a double play grounder hit to short, and they turn it. Schneider to Lachkowski to Hickman. That's exactly what they were looking for.
Pitcher's best friend.
And we didn't even do it that time. We didn't say we need a live rooster for Jose's glove. Candlesticks make a nice gift, and let's get 2. We didn't even say it that time, but they still come up with a 6-4-3 double play. That was Bernal, the shortstop, hitting into that double play. He's 0 for 4, and that'll bring up T-Rod. A walk, and a fly out, and a fielder's choice are his day today. And Hoover looking now to end the game as the Cardinals are down to their very last out to work with. Runner at third. Basically means nothing, just another run scored if he does come in, but you know they don't want to give up the run. And the Cardinals definitely want the run. And there's a pitch down low, 2-0 now to T-Rod. Again, like I said earlier, we'll see these same 2 teams Tuesday night at Scotland Yard. So do you like the series that they've gone to this year where they play 2 in a row against the same team?
I do.
I like it too. Instead of going down the road of, oh, that hits him. Was he swinging? They're going to call that a foul ball. His
Ouch.
hand is an extension
foul
of the
ball.
bat. So, yeah, I like the series too. That way you, instead of like going see 8 teams and then you see those same 8 teams again, just either away or home, opposite of what it was the first time around, where you might see the same pitcher.
That's right.
This way,
that's exactly
you get to
why
see
I like it.
Different pitchers, and
if you're going to sweep a series, it needs to be on the strength that you have depth in your pitching staff, and
it's almost like a playoff format, in that they play the 2 games back to back against the district foes. I kind of like. It's also very akin to professional baseball,
yes,
where they play the team, and college baseball, where they have the weekend series in their districts or conferences. Maybe a generous call there from the umpire to even the count at 2-2. Down to the last strike now are the Cardinals. 2-2, 2 outs, 2 in. Runner at third, that's going to be ball 3. don't think Hoover wants to face the big fella on deck, but he will have to. That was ball 4, and here comes Hernandez.
He has walked, fly to the third baseman, grounded to short.
Number 12, Tony Big Papa Hernandez.
So Hernandez was the first batter that Hoover faced today, last inning. So Hoover's now gone one time through the lineup. One swing here, and we got a little tighter ball game. And there is that one swing, but I think the ball's going to hold up for Ferris, who makes the catch. And that is your ball game. So the comeback ends at 2 runs in and 2 left on. And the Scots move now to 9-2 in the district. That will solidify their spot for third place as far as we know right now. The Rangers and the Mustangs both stand at 9-1. That's also the 15th win this season for the Scots. They're 15-9-1 in their overall record. So that's 5 teams with 15 wins. 15 is kind of like a separation mark. If you can't win 15 games, you're going to play just shy of or just over 30 games in a season. So 15 wins is a good mark to have, especially at this point of the season. So congrats to the Scots on that. So final thoughts here?
Well, the Scots and Cardinals started much as we saw last night with a scoreless pitcher's duel. And then, of course, Scots broke the game wide open. And another outstanding pitching effort from Sam Webster, who gives the Scots 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, 5 walks, and 3 strikeouts. And on the basis of some outstanding defense, timely in its nature, and another great pitching effort, and a heck of an inning to blow this game open. And I believe that was the 5th inning for the Scots.
They scored 6, yes.
When they put a 6 spot on the board. The Scots will go to 9-2, and it's going to be really interesting at the top. I don't have a schedule in front of me, but at some point pretty soon here, J.J. Pierce and Jesuit have to play, and that's going to put one of those teams off of one in the loss column.
Maybe both.
They
might split that series. You never know. So
things are going to be really interesting here as we get down the stretch, but we know that we will see this MacArthur team coming into Scotland Yard on Tuesday, I believe.
Yep.
So we've seen the shipyard and the card yard. Now we will be heading back to the friendly confines of Scotland Yard to see if these two teams can continue to entertain us with good baseball.
And I'm sure they will. That'll be Tuesday night from Scotland Yard, just off Lover's Lane in Dallas, Texas. And we hope, if you can't make it out to the ballpark, that you will tune in to Game On Sports and watch the game there. This has been a Highland Park baseball production on Game On Sports for Cookie Hawkins and Hayward Lee and everybody back at the Broadcast Center. I'm Rob Davis. Thank you for watching Game On Sports.